Comes the speed. Oh, into that steel post. And Lesnar's shoulder.
The world of WWE never sleeps. For all the bright lights, explosive entrances, and dramatic in-ring showdowns that captivate millions around the globe, there is an equally intense drama unfolding behind the curtain. It's a world where egos clash, creative visions collide, and careers can rise or fall in the blink of an eye. Today, 4 names dominate the whispers coming out of the locker room: Brock Lesnar, CMPunk, Karrion Kross, and Roman Reigns. Each represents a different chapter in WWE's current saga: chaos, nostalgia, lost potential, and the fading glow of dominance. Together, their stories tell us a lot about the challenges WWE faces in 2025. Brock Lesnar, the beast in backstage turmoil. Brock Lesnar has always been larger than life, a destructive force who draws fans just by his presence. For years, WWE used him as the ultimate special attraction, but the situation behind the scenes has reportedly grown tense. Lesnar, known for being blunt and unpredictable, is said to be frustrated with the way WWE has been booking him. Gone are the days when he was the unstoppable beast incarnate who crushed legends and dominated main events. Creative pitches have positioned him more as a stepping stone for others, which doesn't sit well with a man of his reputation. The tension has led to backstage chaos. Staff tread carefully around him, knowing he's not afraid to walk out if he feels disrespected. He has immense leverage. When Brock is advertised, tickets sell. But his volatile attitude means WWE is constantly balancing on a knife's edge. If Lesnar decides to no-show or rejects a storyline, months of creative planning could collapse overnight. WWE finds itself trapped. They can't afford to lose Lesnar, but they also can't build the future if he refuses to step aside. The result is an uneasy standoff, one that's left the locker room buzzing with nervous energy. CM Punk, the legend versus the clock. CM Punk's return to WWE was one of the most shocking comebacks in modern wrestling history. Fans who once believed they'd never see him in a WWE ring again erupted with joy when his music hit. The best in the world was back, yet as time passes, reality is setting in. Punk is 46 years old, and while he still has unmatched charisma on the microphone, there are growing doubts about whether his body can keep up with the demands of WWE's main event scene. Injuries plagued his later years in AEW, and whispers in the locker room suggest WWE officials are nervous about overexposing him. To younger wrestlers, Punk's presence is a double-edged sword. On one hand, he's a legend, someone whose name value still draws huge attention. On the other, his spotlight comes at the expense of the next generation who are eager for opportunities. Some feel that leaning too heavily on Punk is delaying the inevitable torch passing. Punk himself isn't helping matters. True to his reputation, he's outspoken, demanding, and unwilling to settle for mediocrity. He wants to prove he's still capable of headlining. But the question remains, is WWE taking too big a gamble on a star whose prime may already be behind him? Karrion Kross, lost in creative limbo. Karrion Kross arrived in WWE with one of the most captivating presentations in years. His entrance with Scarlett was cinematic, his aura intense, and his dominance in NXT undeniable. He seemed destined for greatness. Unfortunately, that destiny has been derailed. Despite being re-signed and hyped as a big deal, Kross has been left floundering. His appearances on the main roster have been sporadic, his storylines forgettable. For a wrestler with such a powerful look and presence, his lack of direction has been baffling. Reports suggest that Triple H, once Kross's biggest advocate, currently has no major plans for him. With a roster overflowing with talent, Kross has been overshadowed. His slower, methodical style hasn't stood out in an era where WWE pushes faster, more dynamic matches. Fans who once saw him as a future main event player now fear he may go down as one of WWE's biggest missed opportunities. The tragedy of Kross is that the potential is still there. Every time he steps through the curtain, fans are reminded of the aura he once carried. But without meaningful creative investment, he risks being remembered not for what he accomplished, but for what he could have accomplished. Roman Reigns, the Tribal Chief's aura. Fading Roman Reigns' reign as the Tribal Chief will go down as one of the most important storylines in WWE history. The Bloodline saga turned him from a polarizing figure into the most dominant champion of his era. For years, he was untouchable, carrying the Universal Championship and redefining what it meant to be the face of the company. But in 2025, the aura is fading. Reigns' reduced schedule, once designed to make him feel like a rare attraction, now frustrates fans who barely see him. When he does appear, the stories feel recycled, and the once groundbreaking Bloodline narrative has started to drag. The rise of new Bloodline members like Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu has complicated matters. Instead of being the centerpiece, Reigns feels like he's drifting into the background of his own empire. WWE may have made a critical mistake. By holding off too long on his defeat, they missed the chance to create a historic torch-passing moment. Whoever finally beats Reigns will no longer get the once-in-a-lifetime rub. It will simply feel overdue. The tribal chief who once ruled with absolute dominance is now looking more like a fading monarch, desperately trying to protect a legacy that's already slipping through his fingers. WWE at a crossroads. The stories of Lesnar, Punk, Kross, and Reigns reveal WWE's current identity crisis. The company is torn between honoring legends and pushing new stars. Relying too much on veterans risks stagnation. Focusing too much on the future risks alienating loyal fans who still tune in for the names they know. Brock Lesnar brings chaos. CMPunk is fighting against time. Karrion Kross is wasting away in limbo. And Roman Reigns' aura has dimmed. Each represents a piece of the puzzle WWE must solve if it wants to thrive in the years ahead.